Do you think it is about meeting people ultimately?
People are. I mean, one of my teams recently that went through TechStars, they literally stayed. They buried themselves in a bedroom for 2 years and built this awesome piece of tech. And you kind of turn up and you say, "So what do you usually think of it?" They say, "We haven't launched it yet." It's like, well, it isn't finished yet. It's like, oh.
This goes back to the autistic comments you made earlier.
Yeah. So I think this is the big struggle that Europe has, which is Americans are very naturally salespeople, whereas Europeans are, we want to polish stuff before we give it to anybody. And maybe that's an education system as much as anything to do. I mean, somebody said to me, tell me if I'm wrong, that actually kids at high school actually are taught to do presentations. Or not taught to do presentations, but regularly have to stand up in front of their peers and do presentations.
In the
high
States?
School. Yeah. I don't know, is that true?
I remember show and tell when I was a kid, but I mean, there's debate.
But show and tell, like show and tell,
maybe that
is something my 3-year-old now does. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I was in high school,
it's not something I did.
When I was in high school, we had a closed circuit television network,
really?
And people were doing their own TV shows.
Yeah.
And that was broadcast to the entire school.
Yeah.
Because it was right next to New York City, and somebody's father worked at NBC, and they were upgrading their studio, and they took the old studio and stuck it in the high school. Yeah. So then suddenly people had access to state-of-the-art broadcasting technology and started making shows. So I think just proximity to New York and media is why you see huge media spillover into the environs of New York City.
So maybe it is an American thing.
There's a total lack of salespeople in Europe. People are very, very. I mean, we've
never rubbished Europe before so much on the Silicon Valley episode.
It's okay. Awesome. It's me. It's not you.
Yeah, you're European.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm Irish.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
We hang off the edge of Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. You have the euro. So
yeah.
Actually, you don't in Belfast.
Not in the Belfast.
Okay,
we don't.
Right,
well, on Wall Street, right? There's that saying: "Ready, aim, fire."
Yeah.
Or "Ready, fire, aim."
Yeah.
Ready, fire, aim.
And
so that was on Wall Street. Just get the order first, and then worry about the details later. Just get the order, and then worry about it later. Right. So I think you don't find that here so much. People are very, they want to.
I don't see this as rubbishing it. I think it's kind of saying it's not even saying the unsayable. Most people recognize this in the environment, and they know that somehow they need to be much better at it themselves. So I don't think. I don't personally think it's rubbishing it. I think it's just saying something which already is known and exists in the system here.
But there's an industry around that British shyness, let's say. Let's talk about 4 Weddings and a Funeral and Hugh Grant. Okay, that became a multinational huge hit because women fell in love with Hugh Grant, who is not the American, overselling guy, but the reserved, fella. That became a stereotype. It became a type. And it was huge. And you see that playing throughout British marketing, Schweppes is effort, or something. They understated. The understated sale is part of the sale. I mean, they're selling understatedness, but in an aggressive way.
I'm just trying to work out who you're going to find in the next 23 weeks, who is the Hugh Grant of the tech world.
I'm thinking
there's a challenge for you.
I know.
Of course, when you're an entrepreneur, you want to retain as much as possible. And you want the highest price because it makes you feel good. But if you take money from an angel or crowdsourcing platform or for us at the wrong price, and you don't get to the next milestone and haven't created value, and you need to raise more money, going back to my Gutenberg story, then there's going to be pain, and the investors are going to be sorry, you're going to be sorry. So I would say this, wouldn't I? But pricing your company right, getting the right level of dilution is right, making sure you raise enough to get to where you want to.